Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good morning, I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Eric Lufer. Here's the latest from Denver 7. This morning, Sheridan police want you to be on the lookout for 17-year-old Samantha Herrera. Police believe she was taken by her 18-year-old boyfriend, who was considered armed and dangerous. This is Rodney Brown. Police are worried about Samantha's safety because of Rodney's violent past. Throughout the day, you may see signs along the highway. They're alerting you to be on the lookout for a 2000 white Honda Accord, which the two might be in. Make sure to stick with Denver 7, both on air and online, for any new updates police provide us throughout the day.
Congressional leaders will once again meet at the White House today to try and negotiate a deal to get the government back up and running. This morning, we should get a better idea of what President Trump thought about his Oval Office address to the nation. The president says the government remains partially shut down for one reason only, because Democrats will not fund border security. He didn't go as far as claiming a national emergency, but he did urge immediate action to secure our borders.
This is a humanitarian crisis, a crisis of the heart, and a crisis of the soul.
Democratic leaders, however, did not buy that.
This president just used the backdrop of the Oval Office to manufacture a crisis, stoke fear.
Right now, the government shutdown is in its 19th day. Tomorrow, the president is set to visit the U.S.-Mexico border.
Also tomorrow, Colorado's newly inaugurated Governor Jared Polis waste no time getting right to work. Polis will give the State of the State address in just his third day in office. Polis was sworn in as our state's 43rd governor on the steps at the state capitol yesterday. The celebrations continued into the night with the inaugural ball at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Polis says he is ready to tackle growth, education, and health care in Colorado. Tomorrow's State of the State address is scheduled to start at 11. We plan to carry it live for you on the Denver 7 Facebook page and the Denver 7 app for Roku.
This morning, the push for justice for this 7-year-old boy continues. The mother of 7-year-old Caden McWilliams will make another appearance in court. Denver police say his body was found encased in concrete in a storage unit in Denver 2 days before Christmas. 43-year-old Elisha Pangi has been charged in connection with her son's death. Today will be her second court appearance. Right now, we're waiting for the autopsy report on 23-year-old LaBrea Jackson. Her body was found in southern Colorado yesterday after she was reported missing from Aurora the day after Christmas. Investigators found Jackson's body at an abandoned truck stop in Aguilar. That's about 30 miles north of the New Mexico state line. Police are not saying if they have any suspects, but stress there's no danger to the public.
Right now, Lakewood police think there could be more sexual assault victims out there at the hands of a Lakewood police agent. 37-year-old Randall Sean Butler is accused of sexually assaulting a woman after giving her a ride home while on duty back in June. This is the second assault charge. Back in November, Butler was accused of raping a woman in a parking lot, driving off in his patrol car, leaving her. This latest victim came forward after seeing reports of Butler's first arrest, which is why police think more victims could be out there.
Traffic deaths in Colorado have been categorized as an epidemic by state law enforcement, and now cities across Colorado are doing all they can to eliminate traffic deaths. Denver's campaign is called Vision Zero. The plan is to end deaths from traffic by 2030. The city says their action plan includes many street improvements.
We've really changed the conversation. It's no longer just about how do we move cars, but it's how do we build our neighborhoods for people. And people want to use a variety of different ways to get around. They want to walk, they want to bike, they want to use our transit system, and they want to do so safely.
A street really ought to be a safe place for everybody, for people walking, people biking, people on motorcycles, people driving.
You can learn more about what's being done and get involved at the Denver Streets Congress today. This is being held in a community room at the City County building at 11:30.
Denver public school teachers might soon go on strike. Right now, they're working with the district to come up with a compromise over teacher pay. Their next meeting is Friday. The district wants to pay first-year teachers an average salary of $45,000. That's about an 8% raise. The union says it's a good first step, but teachers with 20 years of experience and a doctorate should make a six-figure minimum. The union and district have until the 18th to reach an agreement.
Well, the future of the Broncos could be decided as early as this morning. Broncos insider Troy Rank says the team could name its next head coach today.
The Broncos are down to 2 candidates. There's a current Bears defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. He has 30 years of coaching experience in the NFL, but none as a head coach. The team could also go with Steelers offensive line coach Mike Munchak. Troy thinks he's the front runner. He was the head coach of the Titans for 3 years from 2011 to 2013.
And be sure to follow Troy on Twitter for any updates. You can see see his Twitter handle on your screen, @TroyRank. Once we get any new details, we'll also send a push alert to your phone from our free Denver 7 app.
And new for you now, the city of Denver has revealed details on how they plan to wipe clean the records of thousands of people convicted of low-level pot crimes. The program called Turn Over a New Leaf, because the state legislature has yet to enact laws that would automatically vacate low-level marijuana offenses. People can get relief only by filing motions in each case. Mayor Michael Hancock says some people were unfairly targeted and charged with crimes that would not be illegal today.
This is one of those very, I think, critical steps that we can take today under states that have legalized marijuana, certainly here in Denver, Colorado, to begin to right the wrongs that have occurred over the last 3 or 4 decades.
Clinics around the city are sponsoring the program by helping people with the process of getting their records cleared. Volunteer attorneys will be at select locations, as well as the city attorney and DA. On February 9th, you can go to the Denver Conflict Center between 9 and 1 p.m. On February 24th, Denver Park Hills Seventh-day Adventist Church between 1 and 5 p.m. Now, there are more dates and locations. For the full list of those, we'll put a link on thedenverchannel.com. By the way, you're only eligible if you were convicted between 2001 and 2012. And Boulder County is working on a plan to expunge low-level pot convictions as well. The DA's office has identified 4,000 convictions since 2008 that would no longer be crimes today. They say the goal is to eventually clear older convictions too. The DA's office plans to give details about their program tomorrow.
Well, new numbers show flu is going up across Colorado. 962 people have been hospitalized with the flu since the season just began here. The number of outbreaks has also gone up from 8 last week to 11. Colorado is one of 24 states experiencing widespread flu, also one of 19 states with high flu activity. That's the highest level from the CDC. Nationwide, 13 children have died from the flu this year, none in Colorado. Doctors and the CDC warn that this could be an extended flu season.
It can really affect the lungs and affect our ability to get oxygen in our bodies. And that's what primarily the fatalities have been caused by, is severe breathing problems.
Dr. Walshek with Presbyterian St. Luke's Medical Center says it's never too late to get the flu shot. He warns because there are multiple strains of flu going around, it's possible to contract it more than once.
This morning, one Colorado couple says they're lucky to be alive after surviving not one, but 2 avalanches. The couple was driving down a Utah road when the avalanches buried their car. They say it happened in a split second.
Went through my head for a second what's happening, like maybe this is how we're gonna go, like it's like horrible to think about.
It is. The 2 were able to climb out of the driver's side window and flag down some help. Officials say what they should have done instead was stay in the car. They say if your car gets buried, stay inside, call for help, but make sure you shut off your engine and honk every 10 minutes. Here's a look at Colorado's avalanche risk map right now. The yellow means moderate risk, while the orange areas are considerate areas. There's no red or black areas, thankfully. Those would mean high or extreme risk. And from the First Alert Weather Center, here's Lisa with a pretty warm forecast.
Yeah, and speaking of the mountains, we could get more snow there starting tomorrow night, but this morning it's pretty mild. We have quite a bit of cloud cover, though. We're under a partly sunny sky today. These clouds ahead of that next storm that's right now hitting the west coast. It's bringing some rain and snow from really Canada all the way south in through California. We'll see some clouds ahead of it, and then that chance for some snow in the mountains, it looks like, starting Thursday night. We could even see a little here in town by early Friday morning. Today, though, mild, low to mid-50s this afternoon. Aurora, you're at about 54, Brighton close to 50, and in Littleton today 55. Tomorrow a touch warmer, some upper 50s to near 60 under a mostly sunny sky to start, and then we'll see some increasing clouds. That chance for snow, light, but by early Friday morning you could be walking out the door to some wet, maybe even icy roads early Friday. We'll see skies clear out, and then you guys some 40s and 50s from Saturday into early next week.
Tomorrow, the streets of downtown Denver will be extra crowded with cattle.
Yeah, the National Western Stock Show kicks off tomorrow. The parade is going to be starting at Union Station at noon and going down 17th and Tremont. The parade is filled with longhorn cattle, horses, Western wagons, and the show lasts a little more than 2 weeks and will wrap up on the 27th. This has been your Denver 7 on-demand update. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, check back here later today for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts.